Yeah, once again, very good morning and thanks for being joining. Okay. In continuous to yesterday's session, okay. So the first concept we wanted to discuss. See, oh, this ma'am, this link is in the video description yesterday. If you go to the yesterday session, okay, you will find the description. Okay, in the description, I just placed the link. You can go and download the Excel sheet. Okay, see, the first thing. Now, yesterday we walked through complete installation. Okay. See, once if your installation is success, well and good. Okay. Uh, well and good. But in case if something happened and your installation got failed, if something happened to your installation, it got failed. Now, as a DBA, how you will investigate, where you will go, what you will check, how to troubleshoot again to make installation need to be success on your system. On your system, that can be your laptop or your server, anywhere, sir. Okay. So if your installation is getting failed, okay, what checks you will do, where you will go, and what checks you will do, and how. I don't have access to the classes. See, all are in public only, ma'am. There is no restriction. Okay. Just you need to go to the YouTube and search for AzureSQL Jam. Okay, go to your playlist, dedicated playlist for batch 46. Okay, batch 46. You will find it. All are in public only. No, nothing is in private. So far, whatever we discuss, everything in the public. Everyone can access. And majority of the videos, I'm keeping the description to make little clearly. Okay, so just go to this playlist. I'm just pasting. Okay, and you can find the batch 46. Almost all are in the public only. Everyone can access, and each and every video, I just kept the description for better your understanding. Okay. Now, see, as a DBA, the installation is how much very important. The troubleshoot is also very important. So it means in case our installation got failed, how you will troubleshoot, where you will go, what checks you will do. Before we see, I am not going that much deeper troubleshoot right away. Okay. At the I told you, right, there is a dedicated sessions on the troubleshooting. That time I will go a little deeper. As of now, just I'm briefing about what checks you will do, where you will go, what files you will try to read, what logs you will try to read, which log will help you a lot when you are investigating on the troubleshooting. That is what we are discussing. Just to ask, in case if someone is asking for experienced people, in case if someone is asking, hey, while you are installing SQL Server, something happened, your installation got failed. Where you will go and how, what checks you will do? What is your answer, sir?
So I'm going to the summary.txt file at the time installation, it is getting the error, and we are going to C drive and program files, then errors. We check the errors.
Okay. Any other answers?
After that, we get there the details, which region failed, WMI mismatch, other region, then according to we take action.
Okay. See, sir, you are telling that C drive, see, yeah, someone is asked, someone.
Please, what was the question?
Sorry, ma'am?
Please, what was the question?
Oh, question. So if your installation got failed, SQL installation got failed, okay? How you will troubleshoot, where you will go and what checks you will do. Okay. For that, Kamal is saying that I will go to the C drive so location and he'll open the summary.txt. Okay. Any other answers? Anyone?
Is it possible we can go to the Windows event view to check?
Okay, Windows event viewer. Okay. Tell me your ideas, okay? Nothing wrong. We'll collect all your ideas. So if your installation is getting failed, okay. So one is telling that summary.txt. Okay, fine. Okay. Event viewer. Okay, fine. Yeah.
C drive, program files, then Microsoft SQL Server. After that, Bootstrap,
Okay, that is nothing but summary.txt only.
Yes.
The
Yes.
location summary.txt. Okay, fine. Event here. Okay.
Summary.txt is the main file where we got why the.
Okay. Apart from these two, anything else we will check. So my question is, okay, these two are fine. One is event viewer, one is summary.txt. Apart from these two, is there anywhere you will go and find the logs?
Yes, maybe we could fail. I don't know. Is it possible SQL error logs?
Detail.txt, which is in the log folder, summary. In the same bootstrap log folder, there is a file called Detail.txt. This is very, very important. See, than summary.txt, Detail.txt is very, very important than summary.txt. Summary.txt will just summarize the error. It won't provide you the complete detail about the error. In case you wanted to go to the detail about the error, you must and should go for the detail.txt, right? Yes? No? Yes.
Yes, Subbu. Yes, Subbu. Yes.
Okay. Next, is there any other location where you will verify? Just to find the location, sir. I'm not telling that you will go and do the troubleshoot. Okay. Just find the locations where you will go and what checks you will do.
Window event viewer. We can also
Windows
check.
event viewer. Okay, fine. We already written Windows event viewer. Summary.txt. Okay, fine. Detail.txt. Okay, fine. Okay. Under the temp folder. Okay, under the temp. Okay, under the temp folder, there will be SQL Server log file will be created. Okay, when you are installing, so especially when you are installing, okay, if you go to the temp, okay, here it will create a file called like for example SQL Server.log. When you are installing even SSMS, when you are installing Visual Studio, okay, when you are applying the patches, when you are installing SQL Server, definitely one log file will be created in the temp folder. Definitely there will be one log file will be created in the temp folder, whatever the products you are installing. Okay, this is also one location where we can collect the logs. Why our installation is getting failed. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. So these are the major locations. Event viewer, okay, I won't. Majority of the time, you won't go to the event viewer. Okay, majority of the time, these are the three logs. Okay, then in case you are not able to understand, then definitely event viewer is also help us a lot. I'm not denying that. Don't go to the event viewer. Okay, summary.txt, detail.txt, SQL Server.log in the temp folder, and event viewer logs. These are the 4 different locations. We'll go and we'll start identify the logs. Okay, and you will start reading the logs. See, as a database administrator, either you or any experienced people, smarter DBAs, everyone need to read the logs. No one knows why our SQL installation got failed until unless you read the logs. Until unless we read the logs, no one knows why our SQL installation getting failed. First thing, okay, go to the summary.txt first. Okay, go to the C drive. Okay, go to the program files. Okay, go to the program files. Go to MS SQL Server. Okay, which version you installed? Okay, which version you installed? Currently, I installed SQL Server 2022. So these are the compatibility levels, sir. This is also you need to remember. Okay, see, you need to remember the compatibility levels. 80 means 2000, 90 means 2005, 10, 100 means 2008 and 2008 R2. Both compatibility is 100 only. For 2008, 2008 R2, the compatibility level is 100. For 2012, 110. 2014, 120. 2014, 16, 130. So 140, 160. So for SQL Server 2022, 160. So you need to remember this compatibility level. How I will get to know this, Subham, is very easy. If you go to the instance, right click on the database, go to the properties, okay, go to the options. See here you will see the compatibility of every version, easily to remember. For SQL Server 2008, 100, 2012, 110, 2014, 120, 2016, 130, 2017, 140, 2019, 150, 2022, 160. So this is the compatibility level. We'll talk more about this one when we are discussing the uh, update statistics, optimizers. I told you, right? In entire SQL Server architecture, optimizer is a major part. Okay, that time I will talk more about this compatibility level. What is a compatibility level? What is a cardinality estimation? What is legacy cardinality estimation? How to switch the legacy cardinality estimation? So what are the enhancement done in the cardinality estimation? From which version he done enhancement Microsoft? We'll talk more about that time, sir. No worries as of now. Okay, compatibility level is very, very important in terms of performance tuning. As of now, we are not tuning anything. We are identifying why our SQL installation got failed. For that, so you know which version you install. Okay, you know which version you install, right? Based on your version, you will go to that compatibility level folder directory. So mine, I installed SQL Server 2022. For 2022, 160 is the compatibility level. I will open 160. Okay, then go to the setup bootstrap. Okay, folder, setup bootstrap. Go to the logs. Okay, here you will find the complete log folders, log directories. Along with you are having summary.txt. Okay, this is the first file you will try to read it. This is the first file you will try to read it. In case your SQL installation got failed. Okay, in case if someone is asking whenever your SQL installation got failed, where you will go means first I will go to the, see, don't tell C drive, program files, Windows to the interviewer, sir. We are the smarter DBS. What you need to tell. So we'll go to the binary location, setup bootstrap. Under setup bootstrap log directory. Under the log directory, we'll have the summary.txt. Okay. Don't tell C drive, program files to the interviewer. Okay. That's not, we are a experienced professionals. Okay, when we are delivering the answers to the interviewer also, we need to be a little smarter. So tell that under the binary location, under setup bootstrap, under the log directory, we'll find the file called summary.txt. When we open summary.txt, we'll get to know some details about why our installation got failed. So it will write complete information, whether it got success, it got failed. Okay, it will write the complete information why your installation got failed. Okay, see, failed. Okay, failed. So definitely in the summary.txt, okay, in the summary.txt, SQL Server will write, but you can't find that much detailed information, sir. You can't find that much detailed information why database engine got failed, replication got failed, full text got failed. It will just told as basic description kind of stuff. Majority of the time, summary.txt will display generic information, not detailed information. Okay, so first location is summary.txt. Next, under the same log directory, there are subdirectories. Under the same log directory, there are subdirectories. So go to the recent subdirectory, which it got created. Okay. Now go to that directory. You will find detail.txt. You will find detail.txt. In the same and under the same log folder, there are subfolders will be created. Under the subfolder, there will be go to the recent subfolder log directory. Under that log directory, there is a file called detail.txt. This is very, 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 very important. Okay. Now it contains massive information. Okay. Either you, either me, either someone, either experts, anyone, they need to read the log. Okay. But I will tell you some shortcuts. Okay. After 10 days, sir, after 10 days, what I will do, I will take a separate session on the installation failure, because now experienced people can understand, but the people who are starting the journey, they can't understand this core technical parts. Or once after 10 days, they will be stable in the SQL. Somehow they will stable. That time, if I taking a separate session for the installation failure, apart from this, I will try to bring some more content so that they will become strong and you will also become strong. Is it fine, right, everyone? So now only walkthroughing. I'm not going deep dive of the troubleshooting. Just walkthroughing what are the files you need to open and where the locations. What about the locations? All the stuff I'm discussing, sir. There will be dedicated session. I will take a dedicated session on SQL Server installation got failed, because definitely damn sure you will get one question. Okay, if your SQL installation is getting failed, how you will troubleshoot? Recently you faced any SQL installation failures? Okay, now this is the file Detail.txt, which contains a massive information. See, this much log. Okay, will I need to read all the logs, Subhumis? There are simple shortcuts, a couple of things like if you click on Control F, like denied, okay, failed, okay, missing, okay, and access. Okay, so you will find some shortcuts. Okay, you will search some keywords to get some better understanding. See, basically, while you are installing SQL Server, one thing is very important, sir. When you started the installation, okay, see, time frame. I need to say the time frame is very important. Thus, you need to mention the time frame. So, okay, I started at 8:20. Now, so it getting all the file details here. The time frame is also displaying. So definitely, somehow, majority of the time, sir, maybe missing with the files or access is denied. Okay, and maybe some other issue with the registry keys. Okay, and other issues. I'm not going that much deeper. I told you, right? So there may be possibility of couple of issues why your installation got failed. I captured many errors, sir. I will display you after 10 days. Okay, so this is the one thing where you need to verify Detail.txt. See, sometimes you can't find the Detail.txt here. Okay, go to this folder. Oh, there is no Detail.txt, and here also there is a summary. Okay, landing page information. So there are lot of folders are there. Each folders they are getting detail.landing page, summary.landing page. Okay, subfolders. But majority of the time we won't go for landing pages, all this stuff. Majority of the time we'll go for detail.txt. Okay, and we'll go for the summary.txt. Along with when you open here, it is also pointing a location, sir. See, under the C program files, MS SQL Server 60 setup bootstrap log. Okay, under there is a directory called 808758. 80758. Go to the directory, sir. No such directory. 758. Okay. If I go to the directory, here also there is a detail.txt. Okay. You can also try to read this detail.txt also. Okay. Apart from the latest detail.txt, and you can read this detail.txt. Let's see if you find any good information in this log also. Okay. So when you are reading the summary.txt, when you're especially working with the summary.txt, it is also pointing a log directory. It is also pointing a log directory. Go to the directory and try to find anything. You will get a summary details. Okay, anything you find detail.txt details. Okay, here also it is helping a lot. Here also it is helping a lot. So not only simply go to the latest directory, and go to the Detail.txt. In the Summary.txt, it is also pointing a log folder. Go to the log folder and try to find the Summary.txt and log.txt, means Detail.txt. Along this, and try to open. See, for example, see, this is a temp directory. Anyone can clear up the temp directory, sir. We can't relay. So immediately once your installation got failed, so first go to the temp directory and capture anything related to the SQL. Okay, so now assume this is related to SQL. We'll open it and we'll save somewhere, because temp folder we can't relay because anyone can clear. Okay, it may collapse, it may go on. So better what you will do, you will copy the file to the somewhere location. See, always when you are troubleshooting any issue, always one of the best practice as a DBA we must and should follow is create a separate folder, like for example SQL, okay, 22, okay, logs. Now copy all the summary.txt, detail.txt, temp under the temp SQL Server.log into this folder. Okay. Now you can start analyzing this log. You can start analyzing the logs. So always what we will do is, I will go to the SQL Server, set up Bootstrap, go to the log. Okay, I will copy the summary.txt file to the server, to this location. Okay, along with detail.txt. Okay, along with the log directory. Go to the temp and can find. So I can keep all this here. This is little safe side. Okay, someone deleting the Microsoft folders. See, not only you right, you are working. Someone is working in the team. Maybe they may delete sometimes. Okay, the folder got deleted. That time you don't know why, what kind of logs, why our installation got failed. 1 second, sir. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's okay. So better when you are troubleshooting anything, create a separate folder, copy everything to that folder for safe side. At least in the future, whenever you are having time, okay, at least maybe tomorrow, whenever you are having some free time, where you can go and collect the logs, where you can go and start reading the logs, okay, to avoid this issue in the future. Okay, everyone clear?
So one thing, it after the installation, maybe suppose my installation will be failed. Then after that, I copy this folder from the future analyze. But my success then need to copy this for
Success, no,
future.
sir. No.
No need to know.
Success wise or nothing. Only fail, right?
Okay.
Success, you never look into summary.txt, detail.txt, all this stuff.
Yeah, understand.
Okay. So now you will start investigate. See, not only this, sir. Okay. Sometimes what will happen, right? You are trying to open the setup file. Okay. You are trying to open the SQL Server setup file. Or is it? Where is setup file? Why deleted? Okay. For example, you are opening the setup file. Let's go to the DB class. For example, I am trying to open the setup file. Okay. If I'm trying to open the setup file, this setup file, I'm just opening the setup file. It is opening. Okay. I'm able to open the setup file, but within fraction of seconds, the setup file is closing automatically. That could be also issues, right? You can't, currently you're not able to install. See, your installation got failed. That is one case. One more case is, while I'm opening the setup file, I just started here. I just click on the install standalone. Okay. Now this setup file is opening, right? It is opening and it is just staying for 2 to 3 seconds and it is closing. Automatically closing. You don't know why it is closing. Correct? That is also one more case, right? Installation is failed. Everyone can go to the summary.txt, detail.txt, and you can find that one, this one. Okay. Somehow, within 1 day or 2 days, you will resolve. and he will try to install the SQL Server somehow. But what I'm saying, sir? You just open the setup file. Within fraction of second, this setup file is disappearing. Again, you will open the setup file, again disappearing. Again opening the setup file, again disappearing. That is also a possible case, right? Yes or no? That is also we need to troubleshoot. Not only SQL failure troubleshoot, sir. While I'm opening the setup file, my setup file is automatically closing. Okay, within fraction of seconds. Okay, that is also a possibility. In case, if this is the issue, what you will do, sir? If this is the case, what you will do?
That case, I think we don't have a proper that folder or read or write permission.
How you will get to know, sir?
Yeah, so basically I will check, suppose I'm going to this setup, right click and install, that I check the permission of this folder. What the permission to that particular user.
For example, I granted the permission.
Okay. After that, I check, suppose is there any my previous this setup I blocked by the SQL Server task manager. Is there any running process that time? If there can be a resource crunch or other things that will be a blocking.
See, basically, this is a brand new server, right? For example, this when you are going to build the SQL Server, majority of the time that is a brand new server. Okay. See, basically, when you are opening the setup file, it won't block with the permissions majority of the time. Once you install it, only the problem will start. See,
yeah, understand, suppose you concern. Yeah, suppose I will be now right click this setup file. I want to install this, but when I write that folder not have a permission, this will be read directly. We can read this setup file, but when I writing the installation time, we are writing some file.
No, you not started installing, right? You just open the setup file. See, my question is something different. You are not started installing. I just opening the setup file. I just open the setup file, sir. I am not installing, right? See, I not yet started. Click on install. When you click on install, okay, I can accept whatever you are saying. But I just started opening the setup file, and setup file is disappearing. Getting my point?
Yeah, getting.
See, that is something different. Whatever you are saying, that is a traditional access is denied or something, blah, 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 something. Okay, it's fine. I can accept. But I just opening the setup file, sir. I just setup file is open. When I click on OK, now it is closing. If you click on OK, it is closing. Rare case, sir. Very, very rare case. Okay. Now, this is also possibility troubleshoot, sir, we need to do. But Subbu, then see, basically, nowhere it will write majority of the time. Majority of the time, nothing. Yeah, it won't write any information. See, even in the temp also, it is not writing any information. In the event viewer also, it won't write any information majority of the time. Now the problem started for us. Okay. Event. Okay. Viewer. VWR shortcut. So in the event viewer also, it is not writing any information. Why my setup file is because still I haven't started. Okay. So sometimes you won't find anything in the event viewer. Sometimes you won't find anything in the event viewer. Along with in the temp directory also, it is not open. And even you not started installing, sir, and there won't be no logs called Summary.txt, Detail.txt, nothing. There won't be nothing. Then how you will troubleshoot means one and only one thing, sir. There is a tool called Process Monitor. Okay, Process Monitor. Microsoft internal tool only, inbuilt tool. Okay, so Microsoft tool only. This tool will help us a lot. In case if you're running any process, okay, this tool will let us know why this process is automatically closing. Maybe antivirus is blocking, maybe Kamal told that maybe access issue. We don't know, sir, exactly. Okay, and it is not writing anything. See, it is not writing anything, sir. It's a very lightweight tool, simple and but lightweight tool. Okay, you need to download this tool, copy to the server, and you need to open this tool. Okay, you need to open this tool, and I will tell you what are the filters, all this stuff. Now, when you start it, see, before you install SQL, before you open the setup file, you need to start it. Okay, then only it will collect the logs. Otherwise, it won't collect the logs, sir. Now, it will start collecting the logs. Now it will start collecting the logs. It will tell us what is happening with that set of file. What is happening with that set of file. So make a note down. In rare case, if you are having any issue like you are opening the patch file, you are opening the setup file, and it is disappearing as quickly as possible. Okay, within fraction of second, it is disappearing. The setup file means closing automatically. We don't know why it is closing, sir. That time, process monitor is a tool which will help us a lot. Okay, I will try this one also, sir. Got it, everyone? No? Yes? Maybe majority of the time antiviruses will block, sir. As per majority time we face the issues is antivirus. So in the real world, they will install the antivirus over the system. Over the system, they will install the antivirus. Windows team. Your Windows team will install the antivirus. That antivirus are blocking our set of files. So again, you need to go and talk to your Windows team. Hey, so and so when I'm installing when I'm just starting our SQL Server setup file, antivirus is blocking my setup file. Could you please exclude this from the antivirus scanning? Okay, then Windows team will exclude this setup file. Windows team will exclude this setup file. Then you can happily go and install the SQL Server. That is one case. That is one case. One more case is maybe your system is running with a 64-bit operating system and you copied 32-bit SQL Server setup file. Somehow by mistakenly you copied 32-bit SQL Server. Okay, I think now you won't copy 32-bit SQL Server. There is no 32-bit SQL Server. But in the olden days, when we are working with the 32, I got chance to work with the 32 also. By mistakenly, what application team done? They copied 32-bit SQL Server setup file to the 64-bit operating system. Now, when we are opening, it is closing. When we are opening, it is closing, and we are also get shocked why it is closing, and nowhere we see the logs. Then process monitor help us a lot in that case. Antivirus, it will help us a lot. Access denied process monitor will help us a lot. Not only SQL Server installation, sir, even when you are patching also, process monitor will help us a lot in case your patch file is closing or disappearing within fraction of seconds. Process monitor will help us a lot. Clear, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, clear.
Okay, I will walk through process monitor, how to start reading the process monitor, and I will walk through the couple of scenarios which we faced in our past experience so that you will have the better understanding. So if someone is asking if your SQL installations get failed, how you will troubleshoot, tell them clearly. First, I will go to the binary location, set up bootstrap, log directory, where I can first try to open the summary.txt, and I will start reading the logs description from the summary.txt. Okay, summary.txt. Based on the summary.txt, I will go to the log folders, which will be subfolders will be created, where I can go and find the Detail.txt. Okay, under the Detail.txt, I will start verifying, and also I will go to the temp directory, temp folder, and I can find any log is created related to SQL Server.log. That location I will start, and based on that, we'll investigate and we'll try to fix the issues. Okay, got it, everyone? So in case your SQL installation got failed, as of now, just mention the just high level, sir. Let's go deeply in the upcoming sessions. Okay. Now, your installation got success. Everything got success. Okay, we are good now. Okay, our installation got success. Everything got success. Now we are good. Okay, now once you connect to once you know how to install SSMS, you know how to install SQL Server. Okay, you know where to go in case our SQL installation got failed. That is very good stuff, sir. Now, once you connect to the SQL Server, now you can see these many things we can do, like databases, security, server objects, applications, always on. Much more stuff you can do within the SQL. Now, before I directly jump into this, okay, before I directly go and jump into this, let's go to the configuration manager, sir. Yesterday we haven't discussed. Okay, so I told you, right? entire your database engine. Okay, your database engine is relying on the SQL service, SQL Server service. Okay, if this SQL services goes down, entire your database engine goes down. If this SQL services goes down, entire your database engine goes down. Okay, so agent, there is a dedicated service. For agent also, there is a dedicated service. If agent service goes down, only automation will goes down, sir. You can do whatever you can do with the database engine. You can do majority of the stuff. Only automation stuff will be get failed. Get failed. Okay, let's go little deeper. Okay, now as I told you, by default, what is the SQL Server port number? 1433. By default, default port number of SQL Server is 1433. 1433. See, when we expand the SQL Server network configuration, you can see each instance. I'm having 3 instances, right? For stage instance, you are having protocols. For dev instance, you are having protocols. For the U8 instance, you are having protocols. Because in my laptop, I'm having 3 instances. Okay, each instance is having each protocol, dedicated protocols. So we already have a discussion about the shared memory, named pipes, TCP/IP protocol. We already had a discussion. But let's see, sir. Okay, for example, if I'm disabling TCP/IP protocol, okay, I disable the TCP/IP, I disable the named pipes. Okay, now if you are making any changes, you need to restart the SQL. Okay, don't do all this stuff in real world. Only for demo purpose I'm doing. Do it on your laptop. Don't do anything in the real world. Disabling, restarting, shutdowning. Okay, you should not perform any activity like this in the real world unless you need a proper approval, proper downtime. Proper approval, proper downtime. You can go and perform certain actions, sir. Don't make anything in the real world. This is lab purpose. You can play on your system like anything. Okay. Now see, I disable the TCP/IP protocol, but I'm having only shared memory. So currently, I'm using only the shared memory protocol. Now, can I connect to the SQL Server? I am disconnecting everything. Okay, I am just disconnecting everything. Okay, now I am trying to connect. See, let's see whether it will allow or not. Why it is not allowing? It came. Oh, still. Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah, see, it connected. It connected. So at least one protocol you need to enable, sir. Okay, shared because SSMS is client. I am telling one thing. SSMS is also one client. Okay, so client and SQL are in the same server. If your client and server, I mean server is nothing but your installation. Okay, a client and my server are on the same server. So that time definitely SQL Server will use the shared memory protocol. If your client, your server are on the same memory, same server, same mission, by default SQL Server will use the shared memory protocol, and you can access the SQL Server without any issue. But when the problem will start, when you wanted to connect SQL Server remotely, the problem will start. Means you are having 2 servers. This is one server, DAL SQL 45. This is one more server, HOE, okay, SQL 198. Now, if you disable the TCP/IP protocol, now whatever the instance you install in DAL SQL 45, you are trying to connect in the HOE SQL 198. Okay, now that connection won't establish because this is a remote connection. If you wanted to connect SQL Server remotely, you must and should enable TCP/IP protocol. Locally, shared memory is a fine, sir. Locally, shared memory is fine. Okay. And if you want to connect SQL Server remotely, you must and should need TCP/IP protocol. Okay. Please make a note on this is very, very important. So now I want to connect SQL Server remotely because in the real world application team, developers, testers, end users, customers, DBA team, many peoples are connecting to SQL Server remotely only. Majority of the time we won't connect servers. See, because for the server, if I wanted to first connect to the server, open SSMS and connect to the database, okay, what is the problem is only 2 users can access the server. Okay, in the real world. In the real world, by default, only two people can connect to the server, sir. Then remaining people, how they can connect to the server? Everyone should be wait. Okay, majority of the people will connect SQL Server remotely only. Either SSMS or third-party tools. They will install SSMS, they will install third-party tools, and they will use to connect SQL Server remotely. Majority of the people. Okay, because only 2 users can connect to the server. Physical means server RDP. Okay, remote desktop protocol. So first user 1 is connected to the server. User 2 is also connected to the server. If user 2, 3 started connecting to the server, user 2 will wait. User 3 will wait until user 1 need to allow or user 2 allow. Means either user 1, user 2 need to log out from the server. But SQL Server, nothing, sir. You can connect SQL Server remotely, as many as connections. There is no issue. But server, only 2 connections. So that's the reason. In case you really need to go to the server, then go to the server. Otherwise, connect SQL Server remotely. We won't take connection to the server and open SQL Server. Majority of the time, we'll connect SQL Server remotely only, like by opening SSMS, and we know the instance name, right? Definitely over the ticket, you will get the server name, instance name, right? We will connect, we'll open SSMS and we'll connect remotely. So in case if you really need to go to the server, then only we'll take RTP to the server and go to the server and do whatever action you want. Again, log out from the server and you will come back. So majority of the time you are connecting SQL Server remotely only. So TCP protocol need to be enabled. Got it? No? Yes, everyone? Understood? Why should TCP protocol need to be enabled means only 2 people can connect to the server, sir. Then only 2 connections it will allow. SQL Server, we are gone. Multiple application people are there, customers, end users, okay, developers, testers. Majority of the people are connecting to the SQL Server. Not only this one, our tools also connecting, right? Like SSIS is connecting, reporting services are connecting, Power BI is connecting, Azure Data Factory is connecting, Azure Synapse is connecting, Azure Analytics is connecting, okay, Fabric is connecting. So you will try to connect to the SQL Server in different locations. Okay, in different methods, different ways you can connect, sir. Now everyone will go to the server and open SSMS and connect to the SQL? No. Majority of that, not only SQL, it can be Postgres, Oracle, MongoDB, MySQL, any database management system. Majority of the time will connect engines remotely only. Majority of the time will connect engines remotely. So if you want to connect remotely, especially for SQL servers, you must and should enable TCP/IP protocol. If you not, you can't connect to the SQL server remotely. Okay, got it? What is the main thing you need to remember in terms of protocols? Okay, now what is the port number SQL server is listening? See, when you are especially within the server, you don't need to think that much about the port number, sir. Okay, but if you are connecting remotely, the port is very important. Now by default, what is the port number for SQL server? 1433. By default, your SQL server will listen 1433 port number. By default, what is the SQL server port number? 1433, sir. If you scroll down, you will see 1433. Okay, this is the default port number. Whenever you install SQL server first time over the server, the default port will be 1433. The default port will be 1433. Default will be 1433. Can I change that port number? Yes, I can change the port number. Okay, how I can change the port number? Go to the configuration manager and go to the SQL Server network configuration. Go to the protocols. Go to the properties of TCP/IP. Go to the IP address, and you can change the port number to 1454. For example, 1454. I can change the port number. If I don't want to use the default port number 1433, majority of the time, entire your project will maintain a unique port number. See, every instance I will go for different port number. No, sir, we won't go, because if you're doing that stuff, the problem will start means Windows team. They need to allow the firewalls, right? Port firewalls. Now, every time if you're changing the port, it's very tough. So if you are using common port, we will tell to Windows team, hey, if you get any build request, if you get any server request, you should allow 1433 port number, especially for SQL. We will provide the port list of SQL, and they will allow from the firewalls. So ports are very, very important. Okay, and there are other things. This one I will talk not now. I will talk in the upcoming classes. Something this is also they're asking. For example, see, you are having 3 types of customers. Okay, you are having 3 types of customers who are connecting to the SQL, who are connecting to this instance. Okay, UAT instance, 3 type of customers. Okay, 2 customers are within your premises only. 1 customer, something different. Okay, he's outside guy. He's outside guy. Okay, now what I need to do? I don't want to let him to tell my port number, which is 1454 port number, to that customer. Okay, because he's the outside guy. Okay, 2 people are inside. I can tell that, hey, while you are connected to SQL Server, connect with 1454 port number. I'm fine. Okay, but this customer is outside the customer. I don't want pass my internal stuff to the customer. Okay, now what I will do? He's the customer who is getting connection from this IP address 10.2.1. Okay, 0/24. Okay, this customer people, okay, from this customer getting connections from this IP address, from this IP address 10.2.1.0/24. Okay, this is the IP address range. Okay, this is the IP address range. From this IP address, you are getting the connection. Now, what I need to do, whatever the connections I am getting from this IP address, I need a different port number. Okay, then I can go for 1543. I can pass this one here. Okay, I can change this IP address. I can change the port number, so that only these customers can use a different port number. That time, you also need to tell to your Windows team, hey, this is also additional port you need to enable from the firewall. So this is the case. This is a little different case, sir. Where so far you done this configuration, Subbu? No, sir. So far, no one asked this question to me also, but recently, 6 to 7 months back, someone asked this question. I also get a little shocked. Maybe this much deeper they are going, and I got shocked. Okay, let's pass this information to you. So this is one stuff. Getting my point? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu. Yes, Subbu. Good. Getting.
Okay. So majority of the time you won't do this stuff, sir. Okay, you will do for all the IP addresses, for all IPs, and you will go for you don't go for the dynamic port number, you will go for the static port number. Okay, this is static port number. 1 second, sir. This is a static port number for all the IPs. All the IPs. Okay. But in case you want to dedicatedly change the port number for dedicated IP address range, yes, this is also fine. Okay. Not okay, everyone?
Subbu, can I ask here one doubt? Till now,
Yes.
Subbu, here IP1, IP2, IP11, IP10, that's meaning basically we can enable this much client. to
Yes.
different,
Yes.
in my understanding, right?
Yes.
Or we can enable the particular client IP address, put in
These
particular
many
client
you
IP.
won't do, sir, but Microsoft given. Okay, you can go
Yeah.
and do like these are all IPv6. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Like IPv6 is 128-bit. That is the reason you are seeing this IP address, and you can't understand IPv6, sir. Okay, IPv4 you can understand.
Yes.
IPv4 like 10.2.1.0, 192.168.0.1, 172.168.0.1. You can remember IPv4 IP address, but IPv6 is running with a 128-bit. So this is how your IP address looks like. It's very tough to remember. Okay, but IPv4, yes, sir, at least. So majority of the time in the real world, you will see 10 dot only, sir. Majority of the time when you go for real world, majority of the time your IP address will be 10 dot or 192. Okay.
Okay. So
We'll
here
talk more.
IPv4, which one IP4? This
No,
will
no,
be
no, no, no. Wait.
IPv6.
No, wait. Leave it. I will talk separately.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hope you got little clear, sir. A little clear. Okay. About port. Someone asked this question to me. I'm not sure. I'm not recalling. Someone asked me when they called me, Subbu, I'm having little doubt. I think whether he's available or not. So everyone clear? Port is very important, sir. Now you will ask one more question to me. Subbu, for example, I'm having 3 instances. All 3 instances can listen single port number? No. Every instance is a unique queue. Every instance should maintain the unique queue port number, sir. Okay, unique queue port number. Every instance is a unique queue. Every instance you need to maintain the different port number, because all these instances are in the same server. When you are having in the same server, within the same server, if you are installing multiple SQL, multiple Postgres, for example, if you are installing multiple Postgres, multiple SQL, every time when you are going to install, every time you need to specify the unique queue port number only. You can't use the same port number within the same server. If you are installing SQL Server differently, you can go whatever port you want, you can go itself. Okay, you can go with the same port number, you can go with a different port number, that is up to us. But if you are in the same server and you are installing multiple instance, okay, if you are installing same server multiple instance, you must and should go every time unique queue port number. Otherwise, you can't start the SQL Server. Your SQL services will be down. Okay, your SQL services will be down. I will show that one also, sir. Okay, that is the one thing. What else? There is a concept called alias name. Okay. For example, I want to hide my instance name. See, this is my instance name, server name / instance name. Okay, server name / instance name. I wanted to hide. I don't want to project my server name in front of majority of the people. Okay, I wanted to hide. Okay, that time what I can go and set the alias. Okay, I can go and set the alias name. So much more we'll talk, sir. Not only this one, we'll talk much more, little deeper about configuration manager in the upcoming classes. How to create the alias, how to connect using alias. Okay. If I create multiple alias, what will happen? Let's talk that much deeply, sir. Once you are stable in the SQL. So, in case if you experience people asking, will you show us alias details? Yes, sir. There is a dedicated session. We'll talk about the alias also. Okay. So, alias is very important, and protocols are very important. Not only this one, there is a concept called, okay, there is a concept called encryption. Okay. Encryption is also very important. We'll talk about the encryption. There is a concept called certificate. We'll talk about the certificates, SQL Server certificates, SSL certificates. We'll talk about the certificates as well. Okay, much more from the configuration manager, sir. Don't think that, okay, simply I will open the configuration manager, I will restart, I will start, I will stop, I will start, I will start. Oh, my job is done. Oh, very simple configuration manager is no, sir. you can do much more stuff in the configuration manager. Okay, like force encryptions, certifications, protocols. That means ports, IP address allowing, and alias names. Okay, much thing we can do in the configuration manager. That's the reason Microsoft came up with the dedicated every version, whatever you are installing. Whenever you are installing SQL Server, you will get the configuration manager, dedicated configuration manager, where you can go and do dedicated activities. Got it? Just to brief, sir. See, I don't want to go deeply all these terminologies. Okay, what are the things are there in the configuration manager? Got it? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu.
Okay. One more thing is very important. See, what is that important? Is see, basically, when you are connecting SQL Server, Subbu is saying that if you wanted to connect to the database engine, your SQL services must and should be running. Okay, in case if something happened to SQL services, entire your engine will goes down. So, but what is a background, Subbu? Means what is a backend it is doing means, see, if I go to the SQL Server service, okay, okay, there is always an availability group. We'll talk when we are discussing always an availability group, and there is a called services. So we'll talk about where is your binary location, and you will find the host name, instance name, what is the process ID. See, if you open the task manager, if you go to the details, okay, you will see SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe. There are three SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe. Okay, I wanted to restart only dedicated service. I wanted to stop the dedicated service from the task manager because maybe your service got hanged up, and you need to stop it from the task manager. Now you will get literally confused because I don't know whether it is a UAT server, is a dev server, it is a state server. It is not displaying anything, right? It is just displaying SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.txt. But we don't know which instance it is, right? For that, there is a concept called process ID. If you open the configuration manager, here also there is a process ID. Okay, 10472. Oh, it's a dev instance. Oh, I need to end the dev instance. Now what I will do, I will click here. I will click on the end the task. Got it? No? Yes? So when you open the task manager, you will see SQL Server.exe, SQL Server.exe, and we are having a confuse about this SQL Server.exe belongs to which instance. To get that one, map with the process ID, sir. Better. Okay. Open the configuration manager, get the process ID, and open the task manager, see the process ID, and if you wanted to take the action, take it from the task manager. Majority of the time, you won't do anything in the task managers. Okay. But if you want to do from the task manager, this is the best simple shortcut. Okay. Got it? No? Yes? Okay. Nice. And if I go to the property once again, sir. Where is? Yeah. If I go to the startup parameter, this is something very important, sir. Okay. There are 3 files. Okay. Copy all the files to the notepad. Okay. Copy all the files to the notepad. Copy. Okay. Okay. See, your entire SQL Server is depending on the SQL Server service. Okay. But that SQL service is completely dependent on the master database. It's a system database, sir. So whenever you go to the SQL, There are two types of databases. One is system databases. One is all user-defined databases. Under the system databases, you are having master, model, MSDB, TempDB. Okay. Monday we'll talk and we'll go for the concept wise. From Monday onwards, we'll go for concept wise. Okay. See, we are having master, model, MSDB, TempDB. These are all the system databases. All are very, 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 very important, and each database having unique functionality. Okay. Each database is having its own unique functionality. All the databases are very important. Out of this, TempDB is the most powerful in terms of performance. Master database is more powerful in terms of entire your database engine. Okay. And one more database, which is hidden database. Okay. One more database is a hidden database called resource database.
Resource.
So if I go to the MS SQL prod stays MS pin, you will see MS SQL. See MS SQL system resource.ldf, MS SQL system.resource.mdf file. This is the hidden database, which is introduced from SQL Server 2005 onwards. Before 2005, we are having only 4 databases. One is master, model, MSDB, TempDB. Only 4. From SQL Server 2005, Microsoft came up with the concept of resource database, which is hidden database. So this entire SQL Server service, okay, is depend on the master database, master MDF file, master LDF file. Okay, if something happened to master, if something happened to master, entire your SQL services will goes down. Entire your SQL services will be goes down. Then what is master, Subbu? Master is the one of the system database, okay, which will store complete SQL configuration information, entire SQL Server configuration information, okay, entire your SQL Server configuration information like logins, passwords, databases, locations, okay, linked servers, endpoints, proxy accounts, always on availability groups. Whatever you are doing in the SQL Server, majority of the stuff, metadata, sir. See, data is something different. Okay, information is something different. So don't clump both. This is your data, our data. This is our data. Okay, but system database is holding information. What information? Logins information, passwords information, endpoints information, database information, database file location information. Okay, all the SQL related configuration information. Complete that data will be stored in the master database. And master database is the startup parameter for your SQL Server service. Means if you wanted to start the SQL Server service, master MDF file, master LDF file are the two startup parameters. Without master database, you can't start the SQL Server service. Without SQL Server service, entire your database engine can't connect. Means open. So master database is the most one of the critical system database. So out of the system databases, master database is the system database which will store complete SQL Server configuration information like logins, passwords, linked server, proxy accounts, endpoints, databases, database file locations. All that information will be stored in the master database. And master database MDF file, master database LDF file are the two startup parameters for our SQL Server service. If something happened to master, entire your service will be down. If service is down, entire your database engine will goes down. Got it, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu. Subbu, here one doubt. Can I ask or maybe later?
Yeah.
Subbu, last time I have done my master database movement from the my
No, see,
one
sir.
is the
See. That you
that
can
time I'm getting
ask at
one
the ending,
error.
sir.
That time I'm getting a
Let's ask at the ending, sir. If it is not advanced level, ask at the ending. So I will tell you, right? Yeah, done. If you have any question, ask that question. There you can ask it, okay? See, there is a dedicated session on the master database, sir. Not only master, each and every system database, there is a dedicated session. we are going to discuss file movements, corruptions. Okay, if master database got corrupted, how to move the master database from one location to another location. Everything we are going to discuss, and I am going to share a separate material. Okay, so we already having a lot of content. Okay, if I go to here, see, master database corruption, model database corruption, MSDB corruption, resource database corruption, TempDB is a massive, sir. We need to discuss. Okay, so if it is a little advanced level, ask at the ending. If it is relevant to the concept, ask right away, sir. Okay, because I'm loading lot of stuff to you people. Don't get confused lot. So master database is one of the system database which will store complete SQL configuration information like logins, passwords, linked server endpoints, and always on availability group, along with the database location, database sizes, everything you will get it, sir, in the master database. Information, metadata. Okay, you are not updating anything. Automatically, SQL will update in the master database based on your operations. Okay, and master database are the two startup parameters. Okay, master MDF, master LDF is the two startup parameter for your SQL Server service. If something happened to master, entire service will go down. If services goes down, entire your engine is down. No one can do anything, sir. Is it clear? First point, everyone? No? Yes? Yes? No? Come on. Are you there, only people?
Yeah, so it's clear.
Okay. Next. There is one more system database called model database. Okay. There is one more system database called model database. See, for example, you are creating a database. From the Monday, we'll start creating the database, right? So you are creating a database. Okay. See, you are getting one data file, you are getting one log file, and it is going for D drive. And this is your auto growth size. This is your initial size. How you are getting this information? Where you are getting this information, sir? Where you are getting this information? From the model database. Okay, from the model database. So if someone is asking what is model database act as a template for newly creating database. If you are creating any database, that database will inherit the features from the model database. How your model database looks like. See, if I go to the model database, see, model database is also having only two files. Model database is also having two files. See, one is a data file, one is a log file. One is a data file, one is a log file. Here also 8, here also 8, here also 8, here also 8. 64, 64, 64, 64. D drive, D drive, D drive, D drive. How your model database looks like, same how your newly creating database also look like. How I can trust you, Subbu? Cancel it. I am just doing, see, when I create a new database, it is getting 8 only. Now see, if I do any changes in the model database, for example, okay, 16, just I'm making 16. Click on OK. Then go to the new database. What you are able to see, sir? 16. How your model database looks like, your newly creating database also look like similar. So then if someone is asking what is model database act as a template for newly creating database. Okay, if you are creating any database, that database will inherit the features from the model database. How your model database looks like, same how your newly creating database look like. This is a traditional answer. Up to this, fine, sir. Who the people who are starting the journey. But for experienced people, especially if you go for experienced people, let's dive a little deeper. Is it clear? First point, everyone clear? No? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Now,
Yes,
for
sir.
experienced people, sir.
Yes.
For example, you are getting a project. Okay. Your instance is already running. Okay. And all the data files are going for a D drive. For example, data files are going for D drive. Log files are going for L drive. For example, sir. data files are going for D drive, log files are going for D drive. And you are getting a project. For that project, you need to create 50 databases. For that project, you need to create the 50 databases. So when you are going to right click and create the database, all the database will go to the D drive, L drive, D drive, L drive. I don't want to go for D drive, L drive. Okay. For these 50 databases, I created a separate disk. For that disk, I need to keep my databases. Okay. I wanted to change my initial size. I wanted to change my auto growth size for that 50 databases. For that 50 databases, I wanted to change my initial size, auto growth size, location. Now what is the thing, sir? Every database you need to right click, change the initial size, auto growth size, okay, locations. It is a little challenge for me. In that case, what I will do, okay, I will try to update my model database. First, I will try to update my model database. Once I update my model database, later on, I will go and start creating the databases. For example, this is my initial size. I need to set it. Okay. And I need to set the auto growth size to 250. I need to limit it. I need to set 250. Okay. I need to go for C drive. Okay. For example, I need to do all this stuff. So every database, will you do all this stuff? It is waste of my time, right? 50 databases you need to do, sir. Like 100 database you need to do. Every database you need to go and change all these parameters. Very tough for us. Okay. Better than doing every database like this, why can't you go and update the model database? Why can't you go and update the model database? See, I am updating model database. Okay. I will talk about all this stuff in the Monday, sir. Okay. And click on OK. Now, if you go and create the database, now see, by default, you are getting everything same. So you no need to do, just create the database name, DB1. Click on OK. It will create the database. Got it? If you want to do specific structure, okay, for the database, okay, out of the box, if you want a specific structure, then rather than doing on every database, okay, why can't you update in the model database? Okay, then same structure will be applicable for the all the next creating databases. Later on, I can go and change the model database, sir. Once that creation is done, you can back the model database to traditional structure. Got it? That is a question you will get it, sir, in the for experienced people. Okay. For example, if I'm getting a project, for my project, I need to create 50 to 100 databases. For all the 100 databases, my data files should be different. My log files should be different. My initial site auto growth should be different. Then how you will create this 100 to 150 databases? That time first I will update in the model database how exactly the structure wants to be for that 150 databases. I will do the same structure to the model database. Then I will start creating the database creating the databases, 150 databases. That is so easy, right? Rather than doing every database, the configuration changes. Yep. That is how they will ask the question, sir, for experienced people. So it is simple layman terms. Again, I'm telling, okay, model database act as a template for newly creating database. If someone is asking, what is the template? Means tell that file locations, growth, auto growth, initial sizes, how many files I need to create, where I need to create, all the structure you are getting from the model database only. Not only this, sir. Okay, not only this. If you click on the script, okay, there are lots of parameters. See, you are simply creating a database, okay, by just providing the database name. Okay, by just providing the database name, you are simply clicking on OK, and it is creating the OK. But What are the things it is happening in the background? There are a lot of parameters like ANSI values, ANSI paddings, auto syncs, auto close, update statistics. There are a lot of things are there. So if I want to change any one of these parameters, also I can update in the model database so that my newly creating database will also affect the same thing. Okay, ANSI is very important. I will talk more in the performance tuning. Auto close will talk, auto sync will talk, auto update stats will talk. Okay, parameterization will talk, auto update stats will talk, read commit snapshot will talk, recovery models will talk, page verification will talk, multi-user will talk. Majority of the stuff will talk, sir. Okay. A target recovery we already discussed, right? Internal checkpoint, indirect checkpoint, not internal checkpoint, indirect checkpoint. Yeah. So majority of these many parameters are getting from the model database, sir. We are thinking that only someone is Subbu is saying that when we are creating the database, when you are creating the database, only 2 files, primary file, log file, location. Oh, that's it. No, there are a lot of parameters which are inheriting from the model database. What are the parameters? All these many parameters are inheriting from the model database while you are creating a database. Got it? Everyone clear?
Yes, Subbu.
So next, my question is, if something happened to model database, okay, if model database got corrupted, what will happen to SQL, sir? If something happened to model database, what will happen to SQL?
SQL service will be not starting properly. It will be running. Running is just till the restarting service. It will be working. If restarted, then not working. If my server restarted, then
Why?
because I am restarting the model database, so many user-defined database will be depending.
There is no depending on user databases, right? There is no dependency. Once your database is created, there is no dependent on model. No, there is nothing dependency. Existing database, model database never touch. Only newly creating database only model will touch. Existing database model never touch. Yes, ma'am.
I think maybe if model database get corrupted, we won't be able to create any database because SQL Server cannot copy the template. And also, if it fails, TempDB won't be able to. How can I put it?
Excellent.
Restarting.
Excellent, ma'am. Okay, excellent. This is what we are expecting. Okay, good, ma'am. Thanks. Excellent answers. Two things, two most important. If something happened to model database, you can't create any new database. First. Second thing, if something happened to model database, SQL won't start. Why, Subbu? Means, see, there is a concept called TempDB. Okay, see, when you restart the SQL, every time TempDB will be recreate. Okay, TempDB will recreate every time when you are restarting SQL. So while SQL is coming online, okay, TempDB need to create. If TempDB need to create, it should contain model database. Means without model database, TempDB won't create. Without TempDB, SQL won't start. See, there is a logic. When any database is creating, model database need to be available, sir. Okay. Now, if model database got corrupted, TempDB won't create. Without TempDB, SQL won't start. Okay, SQL won't start. So understand logical terms. 2 points are very important. If something happened to model database, you can't create any user databases and SQL won't start because while SQL is coming online, TempDB will recreate. Okay, TempDB will recreate, but we can bypass that one. Okay, I can explicitly tell to SQL Server, hey, don't do anything on TempDB. Let's bring the SQL. I can bypass. That is also possibility, ma'am. Very good answer. But I will add this point in the advanced level. You can bypass SQL Server. Don't touch the TempDB and just restart the SQL. Getting my point? Don't touch the TempDB. Just restart the SQL. I can bypass
without
it.
recreating the TempDB?
Yes, I can bypass it. See, smarter. There are lots, sir. Again, okay. I'm not going deeply, okay. Because I told you, right, there are many things I want to discuss all this stuff deeply. That time we'll talk, sir. We'll spend more time. Each and every, see, if you go to the master, I mentioned method 1, okay, method 2, method 3, okay. Each and every method is a unique, okay. How many methods are there? If something happened to master database, how you will troubleshoot? So we'll talk deeply, sir, in the performance tuning. No worries. First, understand the logics, only the concepts. Okay, so very good. That's what we are expecting. If something happened to model database, your answer should be, if someone is asking, hey, if model database is down or corrupted, what will happen to SQL? SQL can't create any newly database, and SQL won't start the services, because while SQL is coming online, TempDB need to recreate. Without TempDB, SQL won't start. Without model database, TempDB won't create. Okay, that is a perfect answer to the interviewer, sir. Is fine. I'm not deep diving. That is fine. Is it clear about the model database, everyone?
Please, can you come with a second answer that SQL won't start and TempDB what?
A bypass, ma'am. We can bypass, ma'am. There are the trace flags. Okay, there are the trace flag. I remember 3908 or 7. I'm not recalling. Okay, suddenly, because we won't bypass the SQL. Okay, when I'm talking on that day, I will remember the concepts. I will tell that trace flag, ma'am. I will show you. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Only bypass, leave it. As of now, whatever you told is the perfect answer, ma'am. Okay. Bypass, I will talk in the advanced level. Good. Now, MSDB database. See, MSDB database is completely for the SQL Server agent. Like master is for SQL Server service, MSDB for the SQL Server agents. So complete your automation information will be rely on the MSDB database. Complete your automation information is stored in the MSDB database. Okay. So if something happened to MSDB database, nothing will happen to SQL services. Only your agent will goes down, sir. If something happened to MSDB database, agent will impact. Means no jobs, no alerts, nothing. Okay, nothing. So MSDB stores complete automation information, along with it will also store the historical information like backups, restores, log shipping. Okay, if you expand the MSDB database, expand the tables, okay, expand the system tables, it will store log shipping information, it will store restore information, it will store backup information, and rest of the things. Okay, so jobs. I told you, right? Automation is nothing but a jobs only. So if someone is asking what is MSDB, MSDB is also one of the system database which completely store the automation information like jobs, alerts, operator. Not only automation, it will also store the historical information like backups, restores, log shipping. Okay, got it? No? Yes? Backup history information, restore history information, log shipping information it is storing. Not only automation, it is also storing backups, restores, log shipping, historical data. Easily we can track. For example, you perform wrong restore, you trigger wrongly the backups, that lead any impact. Okay, and I wanted to hide Subbu. No, sir, definitely we can caught. Because if you go to the MSDB, who perform, when perform, which database perform, what type you perform, everything it is tracking here. So definitely we will track Okay, definitely we'll track who perform, when perform, what perform, everything we can track, sir, by reading the MSDB database. If someone is asking what is MSDB database, MSDB database stores complete automation information like jobs, alerts, operator. Along with it will also store the historical information like backups, restores, log shipping, DB emails. That historical information is also storing in the MSDB database. If something happened to MSDB database, only agent will goes down. Only agent will goes down. Nothing will happen to SQL Server. Nothing will happen to SQL Server. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. TempDB. So I am just discussing only 2 to 3 minutes TempDB now. Okay. We are going to spend 3 days only related to TempDB, sir. 3 massive sessions related to TempDB. So 1 day architecture, best practices, contentions, TempDB spells, TempDB enhancement, TempDB improvements. A lot, sir, about TempDB. I can't talk. No one will talk in the beginning about the TempDB. See, TempDB, like about the it's a system database only, but majority of the time we will call it as a shared database. What, sir? We will call it as a shared database. Knowingly, unknowingly, everyone is accessing the database, sir, based on your transactions. Whatever you are performing, majority of the transactions are using TempDB in the background. Okay, by knowingly, unknowingly, TempDB someone is accessing. You no need any additional permission. You no need nothing, sir. Okay, when you are going to perform the transactions, based on your transactions, TempDB is consuming. And some people will call it as a TempDB like a public toilet. Anyone can use it. Okay, public toilet, majority of the people will use, right? Like same TempDB is like a public toilet. Anyone can use it. It's a shared database. Okay, you can't take backup of the database. Okay, you can't take the backup because it's a TempDB, sir. Temp files, temp data. So you can't take backup. TempDB will recreate every time when you restart the SQL. Okay, when you restart the SQL, TempDB will recreate every time. You can't take the backup, and it is a shared database. In the background, many processes are using the TempDB. Okay, in the knowingly, unknowingly, many people are using the TempDB, sir. Many people are using the TempDB. And someone, if you ask a question, Subbu, how I will get to know when my SQL last restarted? Okay, when my SQL got restarted, go and verify the TempDB creation date. Okay, when it got created, that day, that time only your SQL got restarted. Okay, TempDB creation date is nothing but your SQL running time. From that time onwards, your SQL is running continuously. Okay, so that is one of the important point you need to remember, sir. So if someone is asking what is TempDB, TempDB contains the temporary data. Okay, and it is one of the shared database, and we can't take backup of TempDB. TempDB will recreate every time when we restart the SQL. Okay, when we restart the SQL, TempDB will recreate every time. And if I wanted to get to know how long my SQL is running, I will go and verify the TempDB creation time. Got it? No? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, Subbu.
Yeah. So up to this point, okay, sir, fine. Don't think too much about TempDB. There are massive sessions on TempDB, sir. Architecture is very important. Best practices are very important. TempDB configuration is very important. TempDB improvements are very important. TempDB enhancement is very important. TempDB contention, TempDB spells. How I will get to know there is really contention is happening in the temp means TempDB performance bottleneck, sir. Okay, TempDB performance bottleneck. How you will get to know TempDB performance bottleneck? Okay, all are very important. See, we won't focus more on master database, model database, and MSDB. Those are just storing the metadata. But TempDB is something different, sir. Okay, TempDB is something different. Now, you know about all these databases. There is one more database called nothing but resource database, which is hidden database. Under the bin folder, you are having MS SQL system resource.ldf, MS SQL system.resource.ldf. This technically will call it as a resource database, which is introduced from SQL Server 2005 onwards. Then what is this resource database, sir? In a layman terms, I'm telling resource database is a hidden database which is introduced in SQL Server 2005 to store sys data, sys objects. Sys means system objects. Dot sys dot, not dot sys dot. System objects are storing in the resource database. I am not understanding, Subbu. Oh, so far you told that master is a heart, master is that one, master is this one. But see, master is a mirror. If I go to the master, if I go to the tables, there are nothing in the master. Sir, table is a physical entity. Table is a physical entity, sir. There is nothing in the master. Just now you told, right, Subbu, master is a heart, master is that one, this one. Then I can, okay, master is whatever you understanding is right only, sir. But master is a mirror. Master is a mirror. What is original? Resource database is original. Okay. Who is holding the data? Not master, sir, basically. A resource database is holding the data. What data? Logins, passwords, link server, endpoints, system, databases, location, names, compatibilities, everything. Who is holding? A resource database is holding the information, not master. How Subbu means? See, under the master, there are no tables. There are views. See, views. View is nothing but subset of the table. If you stand in front of the mirror, what you will see in the mirror, sir? You only, right? Yes or no? Everyone.
Yes.
Okay. You will see in the mirror, right? Whatever you are seeing in the mirror, that is master. Then you are the resource database. So resource database is holding the system information, SQL information, system catalog information, system metadata information. Who is holding? Resource database is holding in the backend, sir. Why, Subbu? See, human beings are smarter. For what? Deleting rather than creating. First, we love to delete, right? Rather than creating. Yes or no? Agree, sir, everyone. Majority of the people will accept. Correct? So rather than creating, we love to delete something. And then we'll try to create. See, first we'll delete and we'll try to create. So all these are very, very, very important, sir. We should not touch this one. See, you don't find a delete option. You don't find a delete option because these are all the system related configuration information, sir. So we should not delete. So to avoid that delete, Microsoft came up with, okay, let's keep everything in the hidden. You can't access resource database. Okay. You can't access the resource database. Everything will be hidden. Is in the hidden. You can't access the resource database. So resource database is hidden database, which is introduced from SQL Server 2005, which is store complete system sys objects information. Okay, complete. Okay. And the resource database will help us a lot in terms of upgradation. See, when you are upgrading SQL Server, earlier, sir, before SQL Server 2005, okay, when you are upgrading, what SQL is doing means SQL will drop and recreate. SQL will take the snapshot of the tables, drop the tables, recreate the table. It is taking longer time when you are upgrading SQL servers. Now, what is SQL is doing? SQL is just overwriting. SQL is just overwriting when you are upgrading. When you are upgrading, SQL is just overriding. Due to that, my performance has been improved. My performance is improved while you are performing upgrades, SQL Server upgrades. Okay, so resource database is helping a lot in terms of upgradation and resource database is a hidden database, which is securing our data, physical data. Got it? You are just seeing the logical data only. Physical data is in the resource database, sir. Got it? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, sir. I don't want to go a little more. Yeah,
Subbu,
I'm
two
stopping.
questions
Any
here.
questions?
Two questions, Subbu here. One is
Yes.
regarding resource database. Suppose, for example, I know my resource database will be available in C drive in this bin directory in this location. For example, I want to rename this resource database as per the stop SQL services and put to other directory. Can I attach this database this instance? Is it that possible?
See, I will ask you a question. Yesterday, see, nothing, sir. Don't take any negatives, okay? See,
No.
yesterday, someone asked a question. Yesterday, when I am attending interview, he asked a question. I don't want grant the sysadmin. I don't want grant the DB owner. What are the permission you will grant to take the backup? I told these are the two different techniques. Either you can grant the DB creator permission, or if you make the DB owner as a owner is name. If he's a owner of the database, okay, if he's a owner of the database, he can take the capability. Where is it? Okay, sorry. If he's a owner, he is having capability to take the backup. If
Yes.
he is the owner of the database. Okay.
Okay.
Apart from this, is there anything? For example, I don't want grant the owner. I don't want grant the sysadmin. I don't want grant the DB creator. Then I ask a question. Can you let me know how you will grant the permission?
Yes.
He told me that you should not. See, we can't change the nature. Correct? Getting my point, everyone? So there is a internal structures. You should not touch the internal structures. I hope you are getting my point. See,
no, I understand.
hold on. I am telling you should not touch the internal structures. Resource database is an internal. You should not touch the resource database. You should not get an idea, simple idea. I need to search the resource database. That is the reason Microsoft wantedly hidden the database. Okay? You should not touch the resource database. Now you can ask the question, sir. Okay, that's the internal. If you wanted to play with the master. If you wanted to play with the master, sir, you can take the backup. You can take the MDF file, LDF file. You can do whatever you want.
Suppose my master database will be corrupted. I have a MDF LDF file backup. Then I can attach that and rebuild the master database from the. That will be possible. But in case I have a resource database to healthy backup, for example, I will first stop the SQL services and agent service and copy the MSDB resource database file or LDF file in some other location. After that, can I try to read this database from the rename this resource database to the like ABCD and attach this? Can be possible? I'm just asking.
You will straight away. You will take your hand. You will mix your rice, curries, and you will eat directly, right? Will you keep your hand back on your head and you will eat it? No, why you want to do all this stuff, sir? It's headache and it won't recommend it. And even you go to the high level also, they will also let why you are doing all this stuff. See, majority of the experts are saying in case if master database got corrupted, you need to rebuild the master. You should not play with the master. Okay, master is very critical for us. Master is very critical. You should not play with your ideas. Okay.
Yes. And second question.
Your answer is not wrong. I'm not telling your answers are not wrong. Your questions are not wrong. But when you are thinking something, first think about whether I can do like this, because this is something so critical. This is something we should not touch. That is the reason Microsoft has been hidden. Okay. If you are taking master database backup, means you are taking resource database backup, sir. Basically, majority of the people are unaware. If you're taking the master database backup, means you are taking master database backup. No, in the background resource database, right? Where, see, master database is a mirror. Where your actual data is there, sir? Let me ask a question. Where your actual data? Resource database only, right? If you're taking the backup of master means you are getting data from the resource database, knowingly, unknowingly in the background. Then again, why I will touch the resource database, sir? No. If something happened to master, okay, we are gone. Anyhow, when we discussing corruptions, I will do experimental, right? Okay, that day is your day, Kamal.
Okay.
Let's see. Either
No,
you will
so
go
basically,
mad or I will go mad. Okay.
no,
See,
not suppose, not this way. But I need just
no. That's what. See, I see. We need to do experimental in our laptops. I'm saying, okay, you can do whatever you can do, sir, in your laptop. I told you, right, in front of you only, I shown you. I also faced these many errors. I also got shocked. Oh, because mostly majority of the time I won't install SQL. Majority of the time I never install SQL. Within overall my journey, only 10 to 15 times only I install SQL servers. Because I was completely troubleshooting in the starting to ending. I was keep on troubleshooting, not I won't install. Majority of the time, basic stuff we won't do, sir. I not get chance. I'm not saying I won't do. I not get a chance to do the basic part. So something we can't do. Couple of things. Okay, we need to be so careful because how their connections, interconnection links. Nowhere Microsoft documented, sir. Okay, anywhere is there any document Microsoft mentioned that how master and resource databases are working together as a unit? No, you can't find it. So that time we need to be little careful when you are especially working with this kind of situations and scenarios. That leads entire SQL will goes down. Correct? If I do that one, this one, that leads entire SQL will goes down, and there is a concept called downtimes. Okay, how much downtime you need to pay the penalty to the client. I can do experimental, Subbu. Okay, do your experimental on your local laptops, but you are doing same experimental in the real world. That leads the downtime. That crossing the downtime, your company need to pay penalty to the project. Okay, that is massive. And they came to know, then definitely who worked on the ticket. For example, Fred is working on the ticket. Then Fred need to be provide the proper justification. If he is not providing, that leads the biggest escalation on him. Maybe he may lose the job. No one knows. Okay.
yes,
Majority
understand.
of the time, you need to avoid the downtimes. Okay, rather than doing experimentals. See, experimentals, because if you're doing experimental, you are not doing experimental with this database. You are doing experimental within entire instance. Because entire instance is down, sir. Okay, so play with the master database rather than you don't want to touch the resource database, sir. As per my experience, my knowledge, I never touch the resource database. I will play with the master database like anything. And even demo also, very smarter demo for resource database. So far, I never see resource database. If something happened resource database, master database will affect it, sir, definitely. Okay, because I told you, right, which is your physical you are the physical, which is logical, whatever you are seeing in the mirror. Correct? If something happened to you can't see same thing in the mirror, right? Yes?
Yes, Subbu. Yes, Subbu.
Yeah. Master is a mirror. Resource is the original. Yeah, what was your next question, sir?
Subbu, next question regarding at the time of movement of master database, my service will be not starting and suddenly stop. SQL agent service. So why this region I have not understand.
SQL?
Yes, SQL, because I have first I stopped the SQL service and
See,
to
majority of
my
the time your SQL won't start due to script upgrade modes, due to lack of permissions. Okay.
Subbu, SQL service will be starting properly, but SQL agent not starting after the movement of
There is
master DB.
nothing issue with the master and SQL Server service, sir. No. There is no dependency. Agent is something different.
No,
Okay.
so basically this will be a active passive cluster environment that time. Maybe so I have put one server will be the move
Oh,
to the node
clusters.
of
You mean to
yes,
say clusters?
yes, active
See.
passive cluster. That
Okay.
time I
Yeah.
have moved but SQL service will be starting properly, working fine, everything connection fine. But my SQL agent service not starting. That because I think I have not understand why this will be happen.
See, basically clusters. Okay, I can give you, sir. When you especially working with the clusters, you need to be so sensitive, so careful. Okay, why, Subbu? Okay, why? See, we need to read the logs, or I can't say the answer because there is one guy from the UAE. Okay, he done some, he messed up the cluster. Okay, I'm giving you example. Okay, I'm not telling relevant to your question. Okay, we need to read the logs. We can't simply say that. Okay, due to this only. In majority of the time, moving the master MDF files doesn't affect your agents. Okay, as per my knowledge, it won't affect. But when you are telling the clusters, little sensitive clusters are, because if you something mess up, if you do something mess up means wrongly, it will affect entire cluster. Okay, means the services won't come online, and if it is coming online, it will stop it. Okay, you won't trust me. There is issue, like I think same kind of issue only. Okay, I only picked the ticket when 6 years ago, when I was having 3+ years experience. I picked this case. It took almost 2.5 months to resolve the issue. 2.5 months to resolve the issue. But SQL is running, but not from the cluster level. We run the traditional level. Okay. So when you are working specially with the clusters are little mess up, sir. Little mess up. We need to be so careful. We should be so careful what we are doing. If you are doing this one, what actions, what are the disks are properly mapped or not, and disk level permissions, everything, sir. Better you need to read the cluster log. You need to generate the cluster log, start the agent, generate the, make a note down of the time. Okay, make a note down of the time, start the services, and go and generate the cluster log for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then start reading, sir. Okay, there will be two agents. One is a SQL Server agent error log. One is SQL Service error log. So read the agent error log and open the performance monitor. Anything you are able to see in the performance monitor, and generate the cluster log, get the cluster log also. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so to understand.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, I can help you on that part, ma'am. 3 to 4 DBs are in the UAE only. Okay, I will help you on that part. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. See you on Monday, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Subbu. Nice session.
Thank you. Yeah. So can you talk again about the master database 1 minute? Oh, Fed. Oh, I missed it. Okay, now Monday I will talk it, Fed. Okay, about the majority of the people disconnected. Okay, I will talk on Monday. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sir.